I installed this thing and I missed what I think is a pretty important step.
Now I've got to figure out how I'm getting out of here.
Hey guys, if you're new, welcome to the channel, and if you're not, welcome back. Today we're going to finally get this Xinmei integrated tail light installed on the bike, and we'll go out and review that along with the AliExpress exhaust pipe, which we haven't had a chance to get out and ride with until now, so it's going to be great. I'm going to skip through a lot of this tear down, but I will stop here and there for quirks, need to knows, or free mods, things like that. So basically, first thing I wanted to do was get the wiring pulled apart, get the wiring harnesses disconnected. I've seen videos where people have kind of struggled to get the light out because their wires were still secured. So went ahead and did that. We want to work on the two nuts that hold the stock tail light in. Also, the light is mounted to a bracket that's attached to the tail. Make sure you keep your washers. We're going to want to take that bracket if you're installing a tail tidy. So if you're doing a tail tidy, you're going to want to take that bracket. If you're not doing a tail tidy, then you don't have to worry about it. Moving on to the pipe, just had to loosen it up, get it pulled off. The one thing I hated was I had to undo all of the bracketing underneath the seat that I had just put in and whatever. And yes, that is a rubber glove taped to the end of my tailpipe. It kind of prevented exhaust fumes from leaking into the house. So that bracket that we need is inside of the tail piece, and Yamaha made it a pain to get to. But we finally managed to get in there, get the bracket off, and we're all good to go. So now I think I'm ready to kind of start getting things installed. I've got the license plate LED attached to the tail tidy, and the bracket that we pulled off the old tail we've got attached to the tail tidy. So kind of getting all of that mounted up with the exhaust took an extra hand. So if you're doing something similar, it's helpful if you can get someone to kind of offer a lending hand. So we managed to get all of that secured. Now it's time to get the tail light installed, and super happy about this, finally getting this put in and put together. I did have to make a modification to this light to accommodate the license plate LED on the tail tidy. Maybe you have to, maybe you don't. So I installed this thing and realized I missed what I think is a pretty important step. Right now, the light has a gap between the light and the body of the bike. This is apparently in the instructions. I wake up this morning, scrolling on Facebook, and I see a guy who's having trouble with his blinker. He literally zip tied a spoon behind his blinker so that his exhaust wouldn't melt it. So I was like, hey man, here's what you need. This light's awesome. So I'm scrolling and I see someone else also recommended the Xinmei integrated tail light. So I'm like, do you have a gap between your light and the body? What's that about? And he's like, you mean this gap? And I'm like, yeah. I kept scrolling and he went through and took it all apart and fixed it and basically showed me where we both missed it in the instructions. So that woke me all the way up. Now I'm out of the bed. I'm like putting on clothes, gearing up. It's like, what, 35 degrees out? It's not terribly cold. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, it was like -20. I'm like all the way up, I'm outside, and I was like, I gotta fix this. I'm gonna show you what not to do. It's pretty nasty, and I think it's what's causing the light to be a bit flimsy. I mean, it's not super flimsy, but it's only held in by the 2 bolts that shoot straight back. But that's it, it's not resting on anything, and this gap is quite unsightly. So we've got to take it all apart and fix it. So according to the instructions, we've got to take our original light out and preserve, I guess, this bit of bracket here. This covers the gap. We've got a couple of screws, one here and one here, that we've got to get out. It sucks that we got to take it all the way back apart, but in order to do it right, we got to get to work. So let's get to work.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon it for me. All of my dollars on Kobe, so hand me the money, I give you the pop. I'ma give all of my people the person.
That's a pretty simple mod for the T7 right out the gate. You take these, I don't know, insert washers, and you basically take them out of the seat, because normally those are stored, they're flipped the other way and they're pushed down into the seat. You take those out, push them out, turn them upside down, put the screws in them, locks them in place, then you can just pop this on and off without having to unscrew anything, just like that. Great mod, saves a little bit of time.
All right, so another issue, maybe my lack of knowledge, but in the Xinmei light, where the bracket goes, I'll show you here in a minute, but the bracket goes up, you use the stock screws to secure the bracket to the light. Stock screws are metal, and inside of the bracket, the holes aren't threaded. There's just like a metal sleeve in there. So again, I had to like take a break and go seek help, and thanks, big shout out to Neil YN on the Tenere 700 Facebook group. Responded right away, told me exactly what to do. These stock screws are apparently self-tapping, and we need to just push hard and the screws will tap in. So I'll show you what that looks like.
All right, look at that. Let's get our wires back down. Like so. Okay. All right, that looks much better. Definitely much better from the side.
All right, so we got that done. Just gotta put this baby back together. Let's go.
You'll get connectors for your blinkers. They all, connect into your blinker wire. And your blinkers have both the male and female connector. You'll figure it out once you're in there. But for the running light on the back of the plate, there, this guy, that wire is just, doesn't have a connector, so you gotta splice it. So I have a splice happening inside of here. You just splice them. The wires are funky, you'll figure it out. Black is your ground. Use some heat shrink or some shrink wrap if you can. That's what I did. So it's pretty straightforward and simple. But yeah, just tag that in there, tuck it down, make sure nothing's pinching. Everything's happy. All right. Because I'm a full-time dad, my son has brothers from his mom's side, and one of his brothers is gonna come and get him for a few hours, so I'm gonna try to get this put together before he gets here. See how fast we can move. Ooh, baby. There's a clip here, right under here. So we're gonna clip that down. All right, there's one over here. All right, there it goes. Let's get it. Left blinker, right blinker, hazards, brake.
All right, that concludes this portion of the video, but we still need to review this AliExpress special pipe here for the Tenere 700 and maybe get some cool shots of this light in action. So we definitely got to get out for a ride.
All right, here we go. We're out for a little cruise. Listening to this exhaust. It's AliExpress. I don't know, I think it sounds pretty good. So we're gonna get out here and do a few runs. Look at that view. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a little chilly. It's maybe 40 degrees out here. I don't know, what does the bike say? 50 degrees. But gotta give her a good go. Got a little gravel coming up here. Bikes just handle so well. Can't really complain. I've only had it for a few months. Got it back in October. Oh, it's a little slippery there. Front end's trying to slide from under me. This is pretty wet gravel. I imagine it's quite slick, so it won't get too antsy on it. But yeah, got the hazards on. Left blinker is on, and then right blinker. I can see that in the controller here, so that looks pretty legit. Yeah, I love the way that exhaust sounds. It sounds really good. It's just a nice day out here to ride. Alright, I think she's got me. Let's keep her away from those poles, eh? I really like the sound of this exhaust. We're gonna have to wait on Slowpoke back there. it gonna make it? I think it did. Into some of this beautiful Minnesota icy air. Bit of this Minnesota goodness here. Oh, we got a downhill spot. That's a little sketch, but not too bad. It's nice out here. Should have opened some vents on this jacket. But yeah, I love the way it sounds, man. I don't know if maybe I'll put the baffle in to give it a shot. I'll still have to figure out some kind of spark arrestor on it. Ooh. ABS. That's so annoying. That's really annoying. There's little plots for sale. Whew. Sorry if there's a lot of wind noise. I had to let some air in. Get rid of some of this fog. I bet these people are like, what the hell is this guy doing back over here? They're just cruising, that's all. Oh, just doing a little cruising. It's really nice out here. So that's it. That's the AliExpress high mount pipe with the Xinmei brake light that's pretty covered in mud right now. But yeah, 2 products I recommend. I'd say get them. It's a great day. the end of this video. I'm gonna enjoy this ride. Peace.